Welcome everyone, it's Thursday and it's time for another episode of Stripping Architecture, a platform where we attempt to strip the architecture and reveal the hidden life practices behind it. I'm Philip and this today will be again Mohammed, and today we'll continue stripping the architecture of the parking lots in the North American cities. So, have you ever used the space correction, especially when talking about parking lots? At first it sounds like the space itself is stupid and we, the smart-ass people, gonna come and correct it. Or, well, without further ado, let's look at the following video and see what are we actually talking about.
Like for example this one here, and we have another one there, and then we have more here. It might be a door space, but then we don't know why they are like triangular like this, but we'll try to look and to ask some of the local people what these are for and find out more about it. But still, it's a lot of additional wasted space that's like should have been designed and pre-planned on this open space, but then you see you have a lot of this additional car space. There's many more of that. Like if you go further down there, there's more kind of spaces. You see, you should be careful not to get hit by a car. And then just additional triangular trapezoid spaces in between the different separate parking spots.
Right? Quite interesting. Well, the explanation we received on site was again tightly related to the parking lot standards. The regulations and the standards for the design of the parking lots are so rigid that nothing can change them. In other words, no parking spot can be smaller nor bigger than the size prescribed in the regulation. In order you still want to make a car lot design that will be an exemption, you will have to ask for a special request that probably would take some time. And investors don't want anything that takes time, right, Mohammed? However, let's try and strip the architecture of this space. People will always find a way around the regulations. That we should know it by default. In this particular case, the whole parking lot was designed following the outlining of the building. As you can see, the building is not perpendicular with the road. Problem. These have caused difficulties in order to equally divide multiple parking spots. Certain spots would appear to have an oblique form rather than the nicely prescribed rectangular form. So the solution was introduction of the space correction. The little space that remains in between these two zones of perpendicularity will be spatially corrected. However, we are aware that many other people are way much more competent than us to talk about parking lots and the design of it. But for us, we simply don't see why would have been a problem in some of the spaces were just bigger. Look, easy correction. This spot could have been like this. This spot could have been like this. And then we get another spot here. Then this spot could have been like this, or just could have been the whole spot for this car. I mean, you get the idea, right? Anyways, as you know, we from Stripping Architecture are seriously concerned about the architecture of the space and will give, of course, our type of feedback here. Mohammed, what do you have to say about this? Well, in today's contemporary world, flexibility is being celebrated. That is simply because we give chance to one side to re-identify itself. The good part of an open parking lot is that often can be used as a different purpose space. There are no walls, no columns that appear as obstacles, but all those regulations actually work as even more rigid obstacles. Sometimes they appear as invisible thick walls that tangibly separate the space in separated fragments. And on the end, there are so many other things to talk about the parking lots in the North American cities and the suburbias, but this was just a small fraction of it. Please subscribe, follow us on the social media at The Strip Architects, share this video, comment down below in the comments or you want to say something else, or you want to ask, or you want to give your contribution. Don't forget, We're not experts about this subject, we're just trying to see the world with our eyes. And see you next Thursday. Thank you very much. Bye.